Well, it's the 17th of March, and I couldn't let today, St Patrick's Day, go past without doing something for all the Dream Whiskies fans, or for all the mixer fans, or for any fans of cocktails. So I've come up with something that I'm calling a St Patrick's Parley. So here we go. I thought it's got to be green, hasn't it? It's got to be green. So I'm putting together a whole load of green ingredients. So I've got a little bit of mint here. I've got some cucumber, not much, but I've got some. I've got a lime, obviously. I'm going to be using some of this Giffard melon liqueur, which is gorgeous and sweet and fragrant and amazing. I've also got some pistachio syrup, which actually that sort of nuttiness, fortunately green, but that nuttiness is going to work well with the other ingredients. And then the only one that's not green in colour, but green in terms of its soul, is our whiskey, and I'm using Jameson whiskey for our cocktail. So let's see how we get on with this. It's a new cocktail, just produced it for St Patrick's Day. Going to start by cutting our lime in half. And actually, let's just get the chopping board back down here. Get my shaker up here. I'm going to put it into the tin rather than the glass because I'm going to blitz everything together before I give it a shake. So I'm going to start with my lime, going to squeeze the whole of the lime into our shaker. So it's quite a big lime, this one. So I reckon I'm getting somewhere around 25 to 30 ml of our lime juice. Let me just get rid of that. Let's pop this one in, get the other half in there. It's very nice. Already smelling like I like cocktails to smell, which is nice and citrusy. So that's our lime. Next thing that I'm going to do, let me just put that to the side, get these bits out of the way. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring the chopping board up here again because I want the cucumber in the shaker. I'm going to actually blitz all that together, but to give it a helping hand, I'm going to sort of chop this up quite fine. So just showing you what I'm doing, getting into there we go, into the cucumber like that. And then let's chop these little bits as well. That's good. Get it really small, get all these tiny little bits, and it will just help the whole process of blitzing it down. We don't want to end up with any pieces of cucumber in there, but we want all the flesh and the juice of that cucumber. That goes in with our lime juice. Now from this mint sprig, I'm taking 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the big mint leaves. I'm just keeping this little bit on top because I'm going to use that as our garnish. Let's hold that back. Now let's put a little bit of alcohol in here. So I want 30 ml of this melon liqueur. And I'm going to measure it out in my jigger just under the 35 line, which I got nicely marked at 30 ml. So just a bit bigger than the UK shot, but not quite the size of a US shot, I think, but I might be wrong about that actually now I think about it. I'm going to take our whiskey. I want a full 50 ml, so like a double. When I said double now, I am talking about UK, but I want a full 50 ml of our Jameson's Irish whiskey. Let's get that in there. Very nice. Let's drop all of that in as well. And then 2 more ingredients. So ordinarily I would sweeten this up with something relatively straightforward, probably just some gum syrup, but I've been experimenting with this pistachio. It's obviously good because it's got a little bit of green for St Patrick's Day. But actually, that sort of nutty, sweet nutty pistachio flavour goes really well with the cocktail. So 10 ml. Not too sweet for me. If you want it sweeter, knock yourself out. But 10 ml for me. And that'll be enough sweetness to get it the right sort of sweet, sharp, sour balance. And then the final thing that I'm going to put in is some egg white. I already cracked it. So I've got egg white in here. Just going to tip that in. And we have all our ingredients together. Now, before I shake this, I'm going to take my favourite bit of kit, this hand blender, and I'm going to blitz everything together. So let's get this all blitzed up. There we go. There we go. Okay, so finish blitzing that. Let's just put my can there. Let's get this hand blender out of the way. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a good old-fashioned shake. So let's get some ice into our glass. Let's put everything together into the can, and now we're going to shake it up. Here we go. All right, I'm good with that. Let's open that up. This definitely needs a double strain. I'm not the biggest fan of double straining drinks. I feel like in the mixology world, we're just double straining everything. We'll be double straining water shortly, but nevertheless, I will be double straining this because there are tiny little flecks of cucumber that I don't want to make its way through into the glass. There we go. Just tap that through. Colour looking good. A really sort of nice light green, not a sort of garish over the top green. Sometimes I know we get a little bit excited when it comes to St Patrick's Day. Tiny little bit more in there. I've actually made enough for 2 drinks here. Pour the second one out a little bit later. But there we go. So as that's separating, as the egg white's coming to the surface, it's starting to look good. So you're getting more green at the bottom, you're getting more white at the top. And then I held these little mint leaves back, didn't I, just a little bit earlier on. So I'm just going to pluck those off, just using my fingers actually, but there we go. Just pop those on the side. Here's another one. Let's pop that next to it. There we go. And yes, I haven't done a live broadcast for you guys this evening, but what I have done for you is a special whiskey cocktail for St Patrick's, our St Patrick's Parley. Have a great St Patrick's Day.